Here's a non-exhaustive list of things Valorant players should know before jumping into CS2. In Valorant, player deceleration is near instantaneous, allowing you to simply stop moving and shoot accurately. In Counter-Strike, you retain your momentum for a short period after releasing the movement keys, which means you'll have to counter-strafe or press the opposite movement key if you want to stop and be accurate on a dime. This is a fundamental mechanic of Counter-Strike, so it's worth spending some time on until it feels comfortable. In Valorant, you can't hurt your teammates with your guns. In Counter-Strike, you can hurt your teammates with your guns and grenades, and you will be automatically kicked if you cause too much team damage. In Valorant, spray patterns become random after a certain amount of bullets. In Counter-Strike, spray patterns are static for each weapon and can be practiced and mastered. There are workshop maps in CSGO for this explicit purpose. This makes spraying more viable in Counter-Strike. Valorant has pre-round spawn barriers which lead to set peak timings off spawn. In Counter-Strike, spawns are semi-random and you can't run around before the round starts, leading to dynamic timings which can be crucial for contesting neutral map space. You can look up these timings, but this is just something that will come with time. If you ever hear someone in-game reference playing off spawns, this is what they're referring to. The concept that where you spawn should dictate where you play on the map. Valorant has a nice and modern buy menu. Valve have wisely decided to create something very similar for Counter-Strike 2. You can refund by clicking the back arrow, and you can buy for a teammate by holding control and clicking, which will shoot a gun out from your body in the direction you're facing. In Valorant, you can press tab to see how much money the other team has. In Counter-Strike, you must attempt to read the enemy economy yourself. In Valorant, you can buy half or whole shields. In Counter-Strike, you can buy body armor or body and head armor. For now, just know that it's usually a good idea to get head armor when you can. You can go without head armor on CT side when you expect the Ts to have a full buy, as the AK-47, which is only available to Ts, will always kill you with one shot to the head. In Valorant, defusing takes 7 seconds, but you can get it to half and then come back to finish the rest. In Counter-Strike, defusing takes 10 seconds. However, CTs can buy a defuse kit which lowers the defuse time to 5 seconds. If your teammate has a kit and dies, you can pick it up from the ground. In Valorant, you can zip up and across ropes with ease. In Counter-Strike, there are ladders. The simplest but very incomplete way to explain them is that you press W and look in the direction you want to go. You can go faster if you press A or D at the same time. Good luck. In Valorant, running around and shooting with the rifles is shockingly effective. In Counter-Strike, it is not. But don't worry, you can run and gun to your heart's desire with the SMGs and many pistols. In Valorant, roles are static and based on agent utility. In Counter-Strike, you will be expected to do a little bit of everything, depending on the situation. This can be overwhelming at first, but it will make you a more well-rounded player in this type of game. So embrace it. To help you out with utility, CS2's practice mode has a helpful grenade trajectory preview. Go learn some lineups and maybe even create a few of your own. In Counter-Strike, you can enable the developer console to quickly enter simple commands to make your life a bit easier. In Valorant, utility does not really interact with other utility. In Counter-Strike, smokes put out mollies, and grenades blow temporary holes in smokes. Also, CS flashes blind players through smokes, so be careful for that. The AK-47 is the best rifle in Counter-Strike, one shot to the head, only available to Ts. The CTs have two main full-buy rifles, the M4A4 and the M4A1S. The A1S has fewer bullets and is the weaker weapon at most ranges, but makes up for it with an extremely forgiving recoil pattern, no tracers, and lower cost. The M4A4 is better at longer ranges and is great for spraying down rushing enemies. CS2 has a revamped loadout system that gives the player a lot of freedom to decide which weapons to bring into the game. You can definitely experiment here, but if you don't ever want to get yelled at in-game, I would recommend at least making sure you have the main rifles and the AWP equipped on both sides. Unlike in Valorant, you can choose the maps you want to play in Counter-Strike. An underrated aspect of this for beginners is you can learn the maps one or two at a time, which makes everything a bit less overwhelming, especially since in CS2 you will get a unique rank per map. Among the most popular maps in the pool are Mirage and Inferno. It's worth spending some time learning these, as you'll probably end up playing them a bunch. Maps do get swapped out from time to time, but at a far slower rate than in Valorant. The main competitive mode in CS2 is called Premier. Instead of queuing for specific maps, you go through successive bans until only one map remains. You have a special ranking for this mode called CS rating, and you can compete to be placed on global and regional leaderboards. Thank you for watching this video. I played Valorant almost every day for 2.5 years before switching over to Counter-Strike. I have a pretty good handle on both games, I feel, and I want this channel to be a place where we can discuss both games without delving into petty insults and console war-esque arguments. It's not worth it. If this video was helpful to you, drop a comment. Consider subscribing. Let me know if you want to see more content like this. If you check out my other videos on the channel, you'll know that I'm not exactly an expert at CS, but to the extent that I can help Valorant players have a good time in Counter-Strike 2, I am totally interested in doing that. So let me know. Thanks.